Alright, so this video, as you can see in the title and in the thumbnail, this is going to be about the new Crimson Demon Raid that will be coming out. Just talking about the teams that you can run, what kind of other units that you can have for the Crimson Raid. Now, the main unit that you definitely want is, of course, the Red Demon Melee. Now, I don't know exactly when he will be coming out, but I did make a video on him. So you guys want to check that out, you guys can, so you guys can see how strong he is and how powerful he is to use against Crimson. So to get into this actual, news right here, you're going to have the maintenance coming out very soon to Global. It should be coming out actually today, and it should be for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now, the thing that you'll be getting is a limit break to level 75, and then, of course, the Howlix, that's what they're calling it, but it's the Crimson Demon from the JP version. But this is the Howlix, it should be coming out as well. And then you have Merlin that will be put into the coin shop. She's going to be 7 SSR coins, so if you have 7 and you want to buy her, you can. I doubt that they're actually going to put her on sale for like the 5 coin sale, but I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I doubt that's going to happen. Then these are the banners that are, well, I guess events and banners, yeah, that will be leaving soon after this update is done, and then you should be good to go with that. Now, the actual limit break, you need to have 20 of the Howlix deathmatch items, and you need 20 horns from the Red Demon to level 75 your units. So definitely grind out all the Red Demons you can now, so you can have enough to actually put it straight into your units to level 75. So let's talk about the units that you do want to actually like go towards. When it comes to units for the Red Demon, there are some units that you can use. Like, obviously the biggest one is going to be Red Demon Meliodas, but I don't know when he's coming out, so I'm gonna just wait until he's fully out. But he is, of course, the best unit to have. So other than him, many other units can be used. Let's just say, like, for damage wise, you can use this Red Bond. This Red Bond is definitely going to be a really good hitter, just because he is the same way with Jericho, and Jericho uses that weak point. Weak point is a 3 times damage against debuffed enemies. So if you have a unit that can actually debuff, then you can actually attack a lot with this bond. So for his cards, they're all just attack cards. So just go towards just doing a lot of damage with him. And then his ultimate is the same thing when he extorts. So just try to ult when you can. But his first card is just the weak point. His second one was going to decrease skill ranks, which that won't matter too much, but it depletes the ultimate move gauge by the number of skill rank decreases. So that's where that will matter, because you can take away ult gauges, which is more helpful than anything in the game, in my opinion, because you never want to get ulted by demons. So Bond would be a very good unit to have for that. You could run Jericho if you really wanted to, just because she does a lot of damage, and obviously she can debuff. So if you debuff and then you use her weak point, she's going to do a lot of damage, as well as her spike is going to have a 2 times crit damage increase. So she just does insane damage. But realistically, you want to have Red Demon Meliodas if possible. If you don't have him, then use cards like Jericho, or you can use the Red Bond. Now, there is one other unit that you could possibly use. I don't know how well she would handle it, because I've never seen her being used in it, but this Red Elizabeth and Hawk, just because she ignores defense, which is a good thing from this card, and she stacks up her percentage for basic stats with her passive, as long as she doesn't take damage. And the other thing is, this card can debuff. So if you disable buff and disable skills, right, you can use that with this card. And then whenever you do that, you can use a 3-star, which removes buffs from an enemy, and then you'll start to do a lot more damage with this card. Now, her ultimate cancels stances, and then she just does over 700% damage, which is a lot compared to a lot of other ults. So she can be used for it as well. But the main actual team you do want to run realistically is going to be this team right here, the Crimson team right here. As you can see it on Hellbrum. The reason why you'll run Hellbrum is because he can actually increase your attack related stats, and the more attack boost you have, the higher the damage for your units. The other thing is, he also poisons, so that's an additional damage equal to 50% of damage dealt at the end of every turn. So with that debuff, you can use Red Bond to actually attack with his weak point cards, and you'll do a lot of damage from that. So you should be able to do that, and from there it should be set like that. If we actually go into green Hellbrum here, so as you can see right here, whenever you debuff, you'll see that he can actually poison, and then whenever you use this card, you can actually attack with units that will have weak point to do more damage. So reasons why he's mainly there though is because of the attack related stats buff, which is the biggest thing to this card. So with him, you also want to have Gother. The reason why you want Gother is because he is going to rank up your cards. The more rank ups you have, the better it is to run this team. As long as your partner has Gother as well, you're just gonna finish Crimson pretty fast, because it's not as hard as people will make it to seem once you have really good units. But this card itself is going to help out the most, because that rank up, once you have a good partner that can rank up with you, you will have a lot of damage dealing cards like Bond, especially Bond, because he will do some crazy damage from his cards itself. And that's the thing about it, if you have Bond with the weak point, you're gonna see some pretty nice damage. But Jericho will be the nuker, 100% nuke. But the thing is, the Crimson is a green type, so you need to really have red type units that can actually do a lot of damage. So based off of all the SSRs that you have on global, for red types, we have the red Arthur, we have the red Bond, we have this red DN, which she won't do much anyway. Guild Thunder won't do anything. Gother won't really do much anyway either. Hauser won't do much. Really, it's just Meliodas that's the red unit that can do the most out of it for red type units. But based off the team that you can run, it's mainly just going to be needing Gother, Hellbrum, one attacking unit that would do a lot of damage, which you can, if you pull Meliodas, if he comes out, or if you want to run the red Bond, him for sure, or Green Jericho. Mainly that is what you would want for this team. And then on the 4th slot, because you have the 4th sub slot, you want to have Kane. So the reason why I say Kane is because he increases all allies attack related stats by 10% in deathmatch. So with him in the back of your team, he will give you that 10% boost for attacks, right? Which, if you have red Bond, or if you have red Jericho or green Jericho, you're gonna see a lot of damage dealing because of the 10%. That's a lot. That's honestly a lot for a boost. So he's good because of that support, passive. So he can be used like that. And if you don't want to use him, you can use another unit if you really wanted to, and he is going to be the SR Guild Thunder. So this Guild Thunder has attack related stats as well. Now the thing to know, this is where your partner matters. If your partner is running a Guild Thunder, you cannot run a Guild Thunder. You have to run Hellbrum. The reason why is because if you use 2 Guild Thunders, or if you use 2 Hellbrums, you can't stack these. So the thing is, if you have the same character, you can't stack these, but if you have 2 different characters, you can stack it. So if you have green Hellbrum, right? Green Hellbrum, and then you have green Guild Thunder, these attack boosts will stack. So if you have a attack of all allies by 60% for 2 turns, and then you have Hellbrum's attack related stats of all allies for 30% for 3 turns, these will stack each other, and then you'll have a unit like Jericho that will do a lot of damage, because she is based off of that weak point or her spike, which will just literally do millions of damage if possible, for like damage dealing. But these are the teams that you can possibly run for the green green Crimson raid, which should be coming out, because you can see that this is the Halix. That's what they're calling it, Halix. So this would be coming out very soon. So just know it is going to be difficult, but if you have a team like this, then you should be good to go. As long as your partner has a good team as well, you will do some crazy damage. Now, one thing to know, I will say this right now, I think you should personally buy Merlin. Merlin is one of the better units to have out of the coin shop units, so I would say definitely get her if you can, if you have enough coins. I know she's going to be 7 coins, but she's actually really worth it, because 2 things: she can actually take away ultimate move gauge orbs, which is very helpful, and then her passive actually fills all allies ultimate move gauge orbs by once 1 at the start of the battle. So in PvP, you can have a better chance of ulting really fast, because you can ult rush with her in the back, which is really good. And then her perfect cube, which is helpful because it's basically like an extra defense, defense health bar, I guess, if you want to put it that way, that can at least stop, one turn damage, because the enemy is just attacking so much. So this can help a lot for her perfect cube. And then her ultimate disables attack skills, and she does some decent damage with her ult. So she's good to get from the coin shop, so definitely get her if you guys have enough coins. If not, try to summon on whatever banners should be coming out. I personally think it should be the red demon Meliodas, because the demon Crimson Demon is coming out, and you definitely want to have Meliodas. He's just insane on this event or raid, because of how much damage he deals, because of his ignite cards, his blaze burst, and then this weak point ultimate just is crazy because how much damage he does against debuffed enemies, which when you debuff Crimson Demon, you're going to see a lot of damage from this. But those are the teams that you could run. Those are the type of units that you can push towards for running this actual event. Like I said, you can have units that you can switch out. So let's just say Crimson Demon, right? This whole like team setup right here. You can have these two units. You can switch with green Guild Thunder if you need to, right? Or your partner can run green Guild Thunder. But your damage dealing unit can be either red Meliodas, right? Red Demon Meliodas, or you can have an attacker like if you have Bond, you can run him because he's gonna be good because of his weak point as well, and then he can decrease ultimate move gauge orbs, which is super helpful against Crimson because he does a lot of damage. Or Jericho because she is crazy with her damage. So those are the main units you can run on this team. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did need any more help, let me know in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like. If you guys are brand new to the channel, guys, subscribe. We're going to be definitely doing a lot of showcasings on the Crimson once it comes out, so I can show you guys how much better it is to use one specific unit or how to basically beat this unit really fast. But if Demon Meliodas does come out and you guys do want to level up your units much faster, then I would say summon for Red Demon Meliodas when he comes out, so you can get through all of the Crimson raids really fast. If not, and you don't mind taking your time, then you run units like Jericho or Red Bond, which are going to be really good for this Crimson as well. But if you want to just finish it, then Red Demon. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy and you guys did get any kind of help, or if you guys need help, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer back to you guys. Have a great day, guys.